is Philadelphia, 1941. Everybody's got a hometown. This one's mine. My name is Schmid, Al Schmid. Maybe you've heard of me, maybe not. Anyhow, one way or another, what I've got to tell you starts here in Philly. I grew up here. Used to go to places like Independence Hall, that's where the Liberty Bell is, and where the Declaration of Independence was signed. When I went to school, we used to visit the museums and famous places like Constitution Hall. Our first Congress met right here, and Tun Tavern, where the U.S. Marines were founded back in 1775. And this is where Betsy Ross lived. You heard about her, I guess. She made the first American flag. None of these things meant a whole lot to me then. When you grow up with something, you kind of take it for granted. And the reason you're seeing these places now is just because this is where my story begins. But it could have begun anywhere. It could have begun in your hometown, maybe. And what happened to me might have happened to you.
One of America's most famous war heroes of World War II, Al Schmid, lived right here at on Tulip Street. The address was 6508, and it remains today one of the most famous spots in Tacony. Al was a boy from Northeast Philadelphia. He was raised in Burholm, where his parents moved from Kensington. He went off to training in Paris Island, and after about a month, he was sent to North Carolina to another Marine camp, and then told that he was going to go into the Pacific area. He was in his machine gun turret when the attack began at 1 o'clock in the morning. The attack lasted until 6 o'clock the next morning. Al's best friend, who he had gone through training camp with, was killed. He was operating a machine gun. Johnny Rivers was a man that Al would never forget. He never wanted to be known as a hero because he always said the real heroes are back on Guadalcanal. His experience with Johnny Rivers did much to change his life. Rivers was an Indian. Lee Diamond was a Jew. The three of them composed the scene of what America was. A lot of different people coming together, forced to help one another survive. Another lesson that Al Schmid never forgot. Didn't want to be a hero, and he wanted to be like every other American. When Rivers was killed, the hardest thing he had to do was pull Rivers off the machine gun and take it himself because he was next in line. Lee Diamond would continue to feed the machine gun. Al Schmid, from 2 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the morning, manned that gun. About an hour after being on the gun, a Japanese grenade came into the machine gun nest. It exploded, and it was the last time that Al Schmid could ever see. One eye was completely destroyed, the other one was completely blinded. He said to Diamond, "You tell me where they are, and I'll shoot them." And when Roger Butterfield heard the story, he wanted to write it into a book. And he went to see Al Schmid. And Al Schmid said, "You're going to write the story, but I want to tell you one thing. Never in this story are you to refer to me as a hero. I'm just a kid from the Northeast who did what I was supposed to do